Hey Bears fans, welcome into Chicago Bears Now. We zoomed past 500 subscribers on our new Bears YouTube channel, so we want to reward you guys with a mailbag. So use hashtag Bears in the comments below. Ask me any question you want Bears related. I will answer as many as I can on a future mailbag, near future, sometime in the next week or so. So be on the lookout for that. Use hashtag Bears in the comments below to get your questions on the show. Now, let's get into today's Chicago Bears Now. Let's start with some quarterback rumors, the latest being a trade for Andy Dalton. Look, this one's swirling around for a variety of reasons. Obviously, when you bring in Dalton's former offensive coordinator in Bill Lazor, this is a natural reaction from folks on the internet. And let's just be honest, the Bears need to bring in a veteran quarterback, not necessarily to start, but someone who probably should at least push Mitch Trubisky this offseason. Mitch is the only quarterback on the roster. Chase Daniel's a free agent. We'll outline that in just a second. But Andy Dalton also, keep in mind, the Bengals are going to draft Joe Burrow #1 overall, barring something significant like a trade before the NFL draft. Now, let's look at Andy Dalton's last 4 years. Kind of up and down. Back in 2016 was his best season under Bears offensive coordinator Bill Lazor, over 4,200 yards and 18-8 touchdown to interception ratio. Obviously, this past year got benched for 3 games for Ryan Finley. Cincinnati turned back to Dalton, played pretty well down the stretch. Has been up and down throughout his NFL career, but a veteran quarterback who has played a lot of football, has been to the playoffs 4 times, albeit has never won a playoff game. And I mentioned, you look at the Bears depth chart, this isn't necessarily me saying, oh, Andy Dalton needs to replace Mitch Trubisky. You only got one quarterback on the roster. Chase Daniel's a free agent. Tyler Bray, who spent last season on the practice squad, is a free agent as well. No offense to either of those guys. Daniels had a nice career as a backup, but if it's me, I want to upgrade in the backup department. And quite frankly, I want to bring in a guy who's played a lot of football and can maybe challenge, if not at least help, Mitch Trubisky in 2020. I think Andy Dalton is certainly a candidate for that. You could wait and try to sign him if the Bengals can't find a trade partner. They can cut him for 0 cap hit. So I think Andy Dalton to Chicago makes some sense. Does Chicago want to trade for that over $17 million cap hit for 2020? That remains to be seen, but I think this is certainly very much a possibility. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Now, Bears fans, I mentioned lots of you guys have subscribed, over 500 on our new Bears YouTube channel. If this is your first time watching, whether you're watching on our main Chat Sports channel or on our Bears channel, go to this link, chatsports.com/Bears, hit the big red button. I want to show you guys some of the stuff we've been doing, the latest rumors, free agency stuff. I went over 3 tight ends the Bears should target in free agency. You can find that video on the channel. Breaking news, Tom filled in and let you guys know as soon as Bill Lazor was hired as the offensive coordinator. We're going to have draft coverage, more free agency stuff, rumors, news, all off-season long. Chatsports.com/Bears. Hit the big red button. Also, if you're watching on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel, go to our Bears channel. You can watch the rest of this video ad-free. Next quarterback rumor here, signing Marcus Mariota. Jeff Dickerson of ESPN.com. He's covered the Bears for a very, very long time. Mentioned the point I mentioned. Bears need a veteran, experienced quarterback. Marcus Mariota fits the mold. I'm not as high on him as a guy like Andy Dalton. He did get benched for Ryan Tannehill this season in Tennessee. Obviously regressed this past year as they got off to a 2-4 start for the Titans. But I think he's a guy that can come in and at least be a solid backup option. And if Mitch doesn't play well, maybe he could plug in as the starter in the middle of the season. You look at his last 4 years, again, he got benched this year after an up-and-down start through 6 games. 2017, probably the best season of his career, has dealt with some injuries at times, some accuracy issues at times, doesn't have the strongest arm. Similar traits to a Trubisky, though, so if you want to keep that similar offense for your backup as well, Mariota fits the mold, mobile quarterback. He is best on the edge when throwing on the run, as is Trubisky. I think it makes sense stylistically, and I think it makes sense if you want to upgrade in the backup quarterback department. Now, if you think one of these guys should start and could start over Mitch Trubisky, I think there's a decent argument for that. Who gives the Bears the best chance to win in 2020? Would it be Mitch? Would it be Andy Dalton? Would it be Marcus Mariota? Type T for Trubisky, type D for Dalton, type M for Mariota. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Now, today's show is brought to you by BetDSI, the internet's #1 sportsbook. I love prop bets. I've been doing them all postseason long. Look at this one. NFC, we hate those Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, biggest douche in the league. Also, Jimmy Garoppolo for the 49ers. Give me the under on both of these. I think this is a running back type of game. Aaron Jones for the Green Bay Packers. Tevin Coleman and Raheem Mostert for the 49ers. 251, 261. Those are too high. Go to BetDSI. Bet the under on both Jimmy G and Aaron Rodgers. I don't think that's a high passing game in the NFC title game. Use our promo code NFL120. Get that 120% deposit bonus. BetDSI is the internet's #1 sportsbook. Get signed up today at chatsports.com/bet. Now, the Bears blog wrote an interesting story late last night, and I actually agree with this. Look at what Tennessee has done this year, and I think it provides some hope for the Bears heading into 2020. What was Tennessee's problem heading into the year? Is Marcus Mariota the answer? Probably not. So they went out, they signed Tannehill as the backup. Mariota entered the season as the starter, gave him a fair chance, but ultimately they turned to Ryan Tannehill after a 2-4 start. What have they done? They've made a run to the AFC Championship game, and they're 1 win away from the Super Bowl. Tannehill hasn't done anything special. He hasn't had to do anything special. Mitch Trubisky, that's the biggest question for the Bears. The pieces are in place, just like in Tennessee. Tennessee had the good run game, the good defense, decent skill players on offense. It's very similar in Chicago. We know the Bears have an elite defense. Good skill players on offense with guys like Allen Robinson and David Montgomery and Tariq Cohen. There are weapons there, and I think you can add a receiver in the draft or free agency as well. The question we all ask, is Mitch Trubisky good enough to take this team far in the playoffs? It's a very fair question. Now, last year, Trubisky was trending up when Chicago made the playoffs and played pretty well. Yeah, the volume isn't there, but the completion percentage was high. 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, quarterback rating of over 95. You guys see the regression numbers there. The rating at 83, yardage is down, touchdowns is down, completion percentage is down. Everything is down across the board. Plus, he dealt with the left shoulder injury, so maybe that contributed to it a little bit. But I think the Bears would be wise to at least bring in a quarterback with experience. If nothing else, challenge Mitch, be his backup, and help him grow up as a player. I mentioned Andy Dalton and Marcus Mariota. Dalton's in Cincinnati, but they're going to look to trade him. If not, they will cut him. Mariota, free agent. I doubt the Tennessee Titans are going to franchise tag him. That would make no sense whatsoever. Alex Smith, I've talked about him on a previous video. If he gets healthy and Washington lets him out of that contract, he's got experience with Matt Nagy. I think that makes a lot of sense. You could try and trade for a guy like Cam Newton. We've talked about that before. Phillip Rivers is a free agent. There are options out there with veteran experience and playoff experience. So I ask you guys this question. Should the Bears sign or trade for a quarterback? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I think it's a resounding yes. And look, I think Mitch should get the opportunity to start next season as the starter in Chicago. But like Tennessee, bring in someone who's going to compete and give you an option to turn to them if Trubisky doesn't progress. I think the answer is yes. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Now, some Bears news here. Brad Childress is out. He steps down. He leaves this offensive staff. Let Matt Nagy and the Bears know he wasn't going to return in 2020. Been with Nagy since 2013 during their time in Kansas City under Andy Reid. So this is kind of the exclamation point on a true overhaul to the offensive staff as Brad Childress, the senior offensive assistant for Matt Nagy, steps down. Rumors are swirling that he could go to Cleveland and coach with Stefanski, a guy he mentored back in Minnesota. We'll see how that plays out. But you look at kind of this offensive overhaul, these four coaches out. Helfrich out as the offensive coordinator. Harry Heinstand, he's been replaced as the offensive line coach. Gilbride out as the tight ends coach. And now Brad Childress steps down as the senior offensive assistant. We'll see if he is replaced. The other positions have been replaced. Bill Lazor, your new offensive coordinator. Juan Castillo is your new offensive line coach. And then Clancy Barone, the tight ends coach for 2020. So lots of changes to the offense. Matt Nagy still going to call the plays, but certainly new voices, new input for the offense in 2020. Grade the Bears coaching changes, A, B, C, D, or F. I'm kind of in that B-, C+ range. Change definitely had to happen. I've told you guys, Bill Lazor, I'm not crazy about it. I think if his main responsibility is helping Mitch Trubisky, I'm fine with it as long as he doesn't have a ton of input on the play calling. Overall, C+, B- is where I'm at. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Now, Bears fans, we got a deal for a sweet Bears polo for you guys. This one's it's $20 off, just $49.99. Dry fit, breathable polo. You can play golf in this thing. I know in Chicago right now, it's not exactly golf season, but you stash it, get ready for the spring and summer, pull this bad boy out. Also save it for training camp. When training camp rolls around, it'll be around just before you know it. Chatsports.com/Bears1. This polo, just $49.99. Take advantage of these deals today because they're not going to last forever. Let's wrap things up with some training camp news. Bears changing where they will be spending training camp for the foreseeable future. Returning to Hollis Hall for training camp. They spent the last 18 years in Bourbonnais, but look, this facility just went over a ton of renovations, doubled in size. They've spent the last 18 months or so revamping Hollis Hall in Lake Forest, where the Bears headquarters are up there in Illinois. I'm excited about this. I wanted to show you guys a few photos of this revamped facility on where training camp is going to be for the Chicago Bears. Just a few photos cycling in through here. Again, heading back to Hollis Hall for training camp in 2020. That's some of the outdoor stuff right there. Look at the locker room revamp. That's pretty sweet there at Hollis Hall. Lots of pictures here for you guys. Go ahead and show you what the facility is going to look like. I wish I could go to training camp. I'll see if the bosses let me spend a weekend up there in Illinois. Hey, if you could subscribe, get to 10,000 subs by training camp, maybe I can work that out for you guys, meet up with you guys at training camp. Look at this workout facility. I'm excited. Bears returning back to their headquarters for training camp. Who's ready for training camp? We want to flush 2019 down the drain, get back to where we were a couple of seasons ago when the Bears went 12-4. If you're ready for training camp, type me in the comments down below. I'll be back very soon for a video on Chicago Bears Now, and we'll see you next time.